Hey, what's happening, gamers? Welcome back to Implosion, Never Lose Hope, part of KTEEN, every night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here on the KwingsLetsPlays channel.
KTEEN!
So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. It's time for us to continue Chapter 2, the Frozen Wastelandness. And before we start that, we're actually going to talk to you guys about badge rewards, which we have enough badges now to collect some stuff. So here we have some excellent items that we're going to take for ourselves, along with credits, which credits actually help us get, I believe, levels. And our goal in this series, I don't know if we're going to be able to do it, but we're going to try to unlock Crimson, but we need 24 badges. So we're close, but no cigar. And you can see there's some other stuff, and as I was mentioning before, some really great powers, and all the way at the bottom of this list, come on, scroll through, keep scrolling, there we go. Death Metal Avalon, and below that is Crimson Tatsuki suit?
Akatsuki.
Something like that, yeah. And all kinds of guns and stuff like that. So, and I believe the guns actually have unlimited ammo once you get to that point.
Actually,
then you are super OP.
It might actually be a Tatsuki, I don't know.
I don't speak Japanese very well.
I was like, sometimes.
And I've gone ahead and replayed some levels, so we have some more medals. And with that, I have some brand new abilities and attributes to show you for the character to make them stronger.
Tiger!
Yep, we have a awesome ability which has added more moves to our character, like super moves. Plus, we have the hacking tool now, so we can go inside of doors and show you guys what's inside.
Yay!
Okay, so
I'm excited.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Why does everything look so awesome and epic, Kwing?
Because I've been playing a very long time. I've probably dropped another, I would say, 6 hours into this game, like just for grinding, in between episodes. So
Nice.
never had enough time to make a salad and watch a movie and all that fun stuff.
And go to the mall.
No, you didn't have that much time.
Okay, never mind. I didn't. I haven't been to the mall in like 4 years.
No, you've been to the mall in about 2 years ago.
I don't recall that. No.
It's a mall that's near us.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because we've lived in Pennsylvania now for 3.5 years. So,
Yay.
been to our local mall 4 times. And it's actually literally only 10 minutes from us, so that's
We're
pretty
being
good.
good.
Avalon, we have detected the same distribution jets that were observed at the human settlement. There are unusual signatures in 2 locations. You will have to defend both from XADA incursion in case this is another settlement.
Copy that, Control.
Ah, Zoe,
Yeah.
your emotionlessness doesn't really help this series at all. I already have an android next to me.
What are you talking about, Kwing?
That's more monkeys.
Yay, let's do it, monkeys!
The
Woohoo!
radio scanner is picking up human speech. Avalon, this is it. Defend the line.
Hold the line.
I'm excited to do this, Kwing. Let's go! Woohoo! Yay!
Wow, fake enthusiasm. Awesome. Okay, so we gotta kill ice zombies this time around, and basically, this gameplay mechanic comes up a lot in this game. You come across a human tribe, and you have to stop people from messing with them. Although this time, they can only tolerate 6 people getting past them. Ah, already one went past.
Oh.
Oh, this is gonna be
Wait,
tricky.
what line are you supposed to hold? That red line over there?
Yep, see that flashing
Hold the
red line right here?
line.
We can't let them get past. If they get past, I mean, we've already lost our medal opportunity. That was one of the achievements for this level.
Oh,
But
okay.
there are a lot of these Wolverine ice guys that really, like, tear down your health. Dang it.
Man!
So, yeah. I mean, we're only a level 9. Remember I said you have to be at least 6 or 7 levels above each chapter you're in order to survive. So we are really pushing it. These guys are probably only like
Oh my gosh!
2 or 3 levels behind us. So while we're a level 9, they're like a level 7.
Wow.
That means we don't have enough attack or critical power to take these guys down. No.
Your mech super suit thing is awesome.
Yeah, it is, but I don't have enough firepower to really do a lot of damage.
Why does that guy look like a gorilla?
It is a gorilla. They explained in episode 3 that those things used to be gorillas, and then the aliens got to them and they became zombie purple gorillas.
They were gorillas once.
You know, like that Hanna-Barbera cartoon with the purple gorilla. Trying to remember his name.
I I can't
Great
remember.
Ape, I think, or was it?
Yeah,
Grape Ape?
it might be Grape.
It might be Grape Ape.
It could be
because he's purple.
It's purple. That would make sense.
All right, and those are bombs, so you don't want to stand too close to them because some mission profiles say if you're going to get a medal, you can't get hit by any traps in the level. Technically, even though those bombs aren't meant for you.
Same rules apply here,
Great.
Avalon. Do not let any XADA pass you.
All right, so it's another one. This whole level's going to be like this, isn't it?
Yep. What's her name again? The android chick?
Zoe.
Zoe, yeah.
Zoe's a cool sci-fi name,
Well,
though.
what am I supposed to do, Zoe? Yeah, Zoe means like life or something.
Zoe, actually, give us some tips. No? Then
Zoe-
shut up!
Cool name. This is great. Way to find awesome baby names is to watch this,
No!
and name your kid Napoleon or Zoe.
Oh. No!
Or Nightwing.
Nightwing's the name of the ship.
Oh.
That's what I've come to believe, anyway.
Jake isn't as cool a name as Nightwing. No.
Unless Nightwing is the call sign for the captain that's on the ship. Dinah, or Diana, whatever. One or the other. I want to think her name's Dinah, but she only appears sporadically in the series, so...
Ah.
Stupid monkeys. Stupid zombie monkeys.
I don't know why, but a storyline is always cooler when there's something in the story that you never see. You always hear about it, and it like adds more like depth to the story.
I don't think we see Ava. I mean, I haven't found Ava yet.
Then it becomes a legend.
Or Gaia.
The legend.
New enemies.
Weird things with freaky
Avalon,
faces.
We call this one the Triclops. This uniform has a crystal glass in its center eye port. It uses this to focus its deadly energy beams. Take evasive maneuvers when you see them begin to charge. I'm on it.
So it's pretty much like Cyclops. They're pushovers.
Just, Insecticons. Yeah, pushovers. Cyclopses.
Oh my gosh. Have you seen what Cyclops is going to look like in the Dark Phoenix movie?
We need those
No, I
researchers
haven't.
to give up the beacons.
Is it a live-action movie?
Yeah. It's
Oh.
a sequel to X-Men Apocalypse, which did terrible. Which is funny because they were actually making fun of previous X-Men movies, saying, why is it that the third X-Men movie of a franchise is always terrible, yet X-Men Apocalypse was
their
the third
movie was
movie of the First Class franchise, and it was terrible.
Oh, yeah.
So-
they were kind of making fun of themselves.
Unintentionally making fun of themselves. But now they're making a fourth movie, and Cyclops looks like, I kid you not, a NES commercial. Like the weird 80s sci-fi-ness.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really bad. He looks like a dude who's like,
Yes, I understand your situation, but there is no time. You will be rescued when we have dealt with the source of the ASA.
The doctor has revoked his protection. When the mask you've brought runs out, how will we defend ourselves?
My drop pod has a mobile defense turret. I'm going to leave it at your gates. Now, where are the beacons that the doctor constructed? My vessel can't lock onto them.
We only know the exact location of the underground relay. It's not far from here, but the others are linked to Silent Chamber. You'd have to physically download their locations from the mainframe.
Avalon, you have your marching orders.
so Avalon's not the nicest. But getting back to that, Cyclops literally looks like a walking NES advert. Which is funny.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen his visor on a
Avalon,
Nintendo
you are
Power
3
Glove
ports
commercial.
out from the
Oh my
researcher's
gosh.
coordinates. Follow the waypoints I'm uploading now. You will have to use the elevator system at the end of this area.
Moving out.
Moving out.
Maybe he looks like Reading Rainbow guy.
No, he doesn't look like Jordy. If he had that type of visor, people would be like, whoa, cool. But they're like, nerd.
No, it's like terrible, yeah. Cyclops was one of my favorites when I watched the cartoon, the X-Men cartoon, so... I always liked him with Jean Grey, but... I mean, that never ends well, because Jean Grey's doesn't end well.
Yeah, well, a lot of people say they like Cyclops with, what's her name? It's not the Ice Witch, is it? The White Witch. I don't remember. I think it is the White Witch. I think it's a simple name.
Interesting. That's weird, because the White Witch, oh wait, no, I'm thinking the Snow Queen, yeah.
I can't remember her name. She was a bad guy, a member of the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants when I was a kid, and then she ended up joining the X-Men in the early 2000s or something like that.
Wow.
Emma Frost.
Oh,
Yeah, I
wow.
believe her alias is the Ice Witch, but her name is Emma Frost.
Wow.
And they say that she is Scott's, like, true love, whereas Jean Grey was just his first love.
But I don't know. I felt like they were really in love, though, Jean Grey and Scott. Just because she went insane doesn't mean that he didn't really love her.
They're not too kind to women that go insane in comic books. They
That's
kind
true.
of rule you out of, you know.
Yeah, but, I mean...
Just like in one universe, Mary Jane ends up becoming Carnage, and she and Petey have a falling out because, well, she's the Carnage symbiote now, so... So, like,
Yeah.
they don't deal well with people who become crazy. It's like, as soon as you become crazy, it's almost like they're trying to tell people that as soon as somebody becomes crazy, they cease being human. They cease being good things. So it's okay to trash their characters.
But couldn't they just become uncrazy? Like, couldn't they get back to normal at some point? Like,
Well,
this
usually they
doesn't-
do that to write the character off, like finding some way to end them.
Oh, so they make them crazy first and then they kill them.
Yeah, it's like rabbit-dog syndrome or something, I don't
So,
know.
yeah,
Yeah, basically.
I know. I feel like...
The
'cause-
DC Universe is more guilty than anybody else in doing that. Look at Hal Jordan in the 90s, mid-90s, after Coast City is blown up by Mongol and Cyborg Superman. We have a key now, by the way.
Oh, cool.
Hacking ability.
Nice.
You know, after Coast City gets wiped out, Hal Jordan goes insane, begs Oa to bring the place back. They don't. And then after Superman dies, he loses it even more. And he goes to Oa. He basically wipes out the Lanterns, takes all their rings, and becomes like this Green Lantern god. And it takes the combined efforts of the entire Justice League, half the superheroes on Earth, and I believe some villains, and the remaining survivors of the Oa Green Lantern Corps, and the new guy, Kyle Rayner, to beat Hal Jordan into thinking about what he did, and then Hal Jordan is the one to destroy himself, like sacrificing himself to fix everything.
You know what? In real life, people who are crazy, they just end up ruining everyone else's lives. They don't usually end up ruining their own life because no one is brave enough to be like, you're crazy.
But I'm just saying, like, in comic books, you need to be careful when you see, like, them doing the whole crazy stick, because that means your character is about to be, you know, written off. And it's so disheartening because, I mean, it's cool when they come back, though. I mean, you know, the Green Lantern, when Hal Jordan came back, and they had the whole storyline about him coming back, and it was written by Jeff Johns, it was amazing, and it led into Blackest Night, you know? But,
Yeah.
And since then, I mean, the Green Lantern books, for the most part, the ones with Hal Jordan have been amazing.
I feel so bad for Jean Grey, though, because it's like, I don't think she meant to become crazy. Like, wasn't it just the Phoenix inside her?
It was the Phoenix. Well, there's different versions of the Phoenix.
We're picking up robotics-only signatures. The scan indicates they're heavily weaponized. I'm seeing laser burst technology and seeker missiles. Don't get caught standing still.
Missile designators. Must be my lucky day.
Nope, it's not your lucky day. It's the worst day ever. Unless you're Jean Grey. Puppies with missiles! Fun! So, with Jean Grey, what they did, and I might be mistaken because I haven't really read X-Men comics since the 80s, but I remember one storyline where Jean Grey, and they kind of touched upon this in the X-Men animated series, that the Jean Grey that you see during the Phoenix Saga is actually not the real Jean Grey. The real Jean Grey was in the ocean, like trapped in a pod that Phoenix created, and Phoenix kind of like cloned her identity and kind of possessed the body or made like a duplicate of it.
Whoa, that's weird.
So the real Jean Grey was actually, you know, in stasis the entire time. So when she died, it wasn't really Jean Grey that died. But Scott didn't know that, so he moved on with other people.
Yeah.
And then when he found her, it's like, awkward. But then somehow the real Jean Grey ended up becoming the Phoenix anyway. So it's just kind of like, I don't get comic books sometimes. I was just like,
yeah, they just keep changing it. It's like Calvin Ball, where they keep making the rules as they go along.
See, look at that.
Good job, Fort Barons.
So we got another medal. I'm doing my best, people, to try to keep to the, you know, stipulations that I'm setting for myself.
I kind of feel bad because if they make him not really be with Jean Grey anymore, it's like they were such a power couple, and I was a super fan of their couple. Just because she goes insane like, you know, like, it's, I'm sorry, but if you're with somebody, it should be for better or for worse, and I
Was
don't...
your introduction to the X-Men because of the Fox Kids show?
It was from that X-Men cartoon that you watched with me.
Yeah, Fox Kids. Okay.
Yeah, that's why I like the X-Men from that, so...
Avalon, the transport hangar in this area requires 3 ID keys to gain entry.
Perfect.
You will find a shuttle. Use it to access the Landbridge area. After the bridges, you will be standing on the marker the researchers gave us.
Copy. My drop pod has no defense turret. Nightwing, keep an eye on it for me.
Okay, so basically, we left our defense turret with those human scientists, even though Avalon doesn't like the human scientists and wants them to become zombie food. So now there's no way to protect your ship, which makes things very interesting.
It feels like they aren't really worrying about you at all, but you have to worry about them.
Well, I mean, we did kind of destroy their masking agent, so I mean...
I know, but, like, how are you supposed to get back to your ship and help them, like, if they don't...
What makes this interesting, though, is the next human settlement you come across, after you defeat all the, mutants around it, there's no way you can stay to defend that. So that entire colony, if you run across one,
oh my god,
would be wiped out. So it's like, you're just delaying the inevitable after saving them. If that's the case, I would just, like, let nature do its thing and move on. Otherwise, you're gonna know the faces of the people that were eaten. It's just awkward for everyone involved. Except for the people, well, the people who were eaten, they don't mind it anymore. You know, they've already gone through it. They're just kind of there, sleeping eternally.
Yeah, I mean, like, I really wasn't... I'm sorry, but I even watched the new X-Men movies and the old ones, and I
didn't want to see Mutant Apocalypse after the amazing X-Men Days of the Future Past, because they did such a great job with that movie.
Oh, yeah.
That it was like, I was done with X-Men after that. It's like, no more.
Yeah.
No more. I don't care if Nightcrawler's in the new one. Blah, blah, blah.
No, I didn't see that one, though. I didn't see the Apocalypse.
I'll gladly watch the Days of the Future Past with you, but I will not watch the Apocalypse one because it ruins so many things about the X-Men.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but
all you need to know about it is Storm was a member of Apocalypse team, and by the end of the movie, she becomes an X-Man. But they ruin Angel, they ruin Mystique, they ruin Nightcrawler because
Angel's in it?
Angel's in it. They make no mention of Nightcrawler being the son of Mystique. In fact, Mystique is kind of like, oh, why are you blue? So they had one job, to touch upon the Mystique relationship between Nightcrawler and Mystique, because they kind of hinted at it in the original X-Men 2.
Yeah, that was a really important plotline to X-Men because they both had the same skin condition or whatever. You know, they both look similar, and yet Mystique chose one path and Nightcrawler chose the other.
Well, because they were trying to make Mystique the leader of the X-Men now.
Yeah.
It was kind of like they could have even had a deleted scene where she's like, spoilers, I'm your mom, but no.
Yeah, didn't she give up her baby or something?
Yeah, she did, because she, at one point...
She, like, abandoned him or something.
Well, I mean, she didn't mean to. She was trying to blend in with humanity. She took the form of some gypsy woman.
I see.
And she married, like, a rich aristocrat in Europe, had the baby. The baby looked like a blue demon in Germany or whatever, and she had to get rid of the baby to save its life because they were going to kill it.
Oh,
so she did the baby Moses thing.
You know what's really interesting with Nightcrawler, though, is he looks like a demon on the outside, but he is a kind person on the inside. So it's like the Beauty and the Beast thing where, you show it's what's inside that matters, not outside.
I don't know if they kept... Because, I mean, they killed Nightcrawler and they brought him back, like, a little while ago. He was one of the very few Christian... superhero characters.
Yeah, and that was part of his whole story, was learning how to deal with that he, people looked down on him like he was evil, so he decided to be the complete opposite.
Well, it was a great thing
and use,
that
faith to help himself.
The creators did in the 80s and stuff like that, because it was such a unique contrast, because you had all these people hating him for how he looked, and at the same time, he was, showing them the love of Christ. That was really cool. But after he got killed, I don't know what happens to him because I've been too afraid to read the X-Men
Yeah,
books.
he was always telling people, like, especially when they got angry and stuff, like, to make sure to love people even if people hurt you and stuff. And that was really cool. And they totally changed all that.
Yeah.
And, like, I think that they shouldn't, like, I don't know. I really hope that they do show that Mystique is his mom, like, that whole thing. It's a very intriguing storyline.
I don't want them to use Mystique in the movies anymore. It feels like, just like the X-Men movies were a launching pad for Halle Berry, these movies feel like more of like
a launching pad for the
Jennifer
Jennifer
Lawrence.
Yeah.
This is the Landbridge. You are one click from the marker.
Why is everything orange? And what the hell does that skeleton belong to?
There is a high concentration of sulfur coming from the thermal springs in the area. It will have no effect on your War-Mech's functionality. As for the oversized remains, XADA mutation over the last 2 decades must have seen the rise and fall of various mutaforms. Survival of the fittest.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there are other people in the movie besides Mystique. I didn't notice.
Here's the thing that I'm going to say about the X-Men movies, and this is my last little thing, because if people like them, awesome. But I'm one of those old-timers that believes that characters should only appear in movies that have significance to the plot. When you bring in a character to rewrite, like, another character so that the one that you've been, like, steamboating for, like, the past 3 movies could have some relevance to the story, it's not really a character you should be bringing back.
Well, like, I mean, I remember in the cartoon, Angel had a really cool storyline, and I think they totally wrecked that in the
Of course they
live
did.
action.
Yeah.
Because
He didn't want to be a mutant anymore, so the original thing, what Apocalypse and Mystique did is they fooled people into thinking that this cure was something that was happening to them, and then in reality, Apocalypse was abducting them, poisoning their mutant DNA to make them his horsemen of the apocalypse.
He kind of became like an evil version of himself. Like, he looked like more like...
Well, that wasn't just how they fooled people either.
Yeah.
Mystique then had a vital role of becoming the people to go show that, you know, their mutant powers were gone. Because Mystique has the ability to clone people's abilities to some extent, but she can't do it like the real McCoy. So when she would take the form of Warren Worthington, she would look like a normal, you know, human. And he'd be like, I'm cured. And then mutants would be like, oh, awesome, you know, I'm gonna go do that. And then they go to Dr. Eisner, or whatever his name was, and they think they're gonna get cured. They get strapped to the machine. Apocalypse does, you know, the thing to warp their mind and increase their powers and make them evil.
Yeah.
And then they go sucker some more people with Mystique. That's why Mystique worked well as a villain in that arc.
Yeah.
But she felt bad about it later, and kind of like, you know, especially when Apocalypse tried to hurt Rogue and Nightcrawler. So it showed that she had a mother's heart. But the problem that I have with Jennifer Lawrence now is, how are they gonna... If the Bryan Singer stuff is supposed to be the future, like the 90s, the late 90s is all supposed to be canon somehow...
Yeah.
How are they going to do the Rogue story now? You know, when even Nightcrawler's not aware who Mystique is.
Yeah, and also...
And how are they even... Mystique was supposed to be a bad mother to Rogue. Like,
right. And,
having her use her powers to
Yeah, they're
do
trying to make
bad
her out
things.
to be like she's really misunderstood, but in reality, she did do a lot of horrible things.
Right.
They're kind of like glossing over it. So, like, and also, no offense, but like, I mean, actually, it's not that bad, but Jennifer Lawrence is really young, I think, and, like, there's no way she could have had several adult children, like, with how young she is. I don't know, it's just kind of unrealistic, like...
No, because of her mutation, she doesn't age the same way most people do. She can make herself look as, like...
Because
she's pretty much the same age as Charles, kind of, in this, I believe.
I think the actress is really young, so...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean...
Ooh, you got a new weapon.
I have to say that the guy who played Young, what is that guy, Magneto? I thought he did a really good job.
Yeah, I liked him. He's kind of cool.
Yeah, and they made that part... I don't know if they added more to his story, but they made that very dramatic. That was like...
You see how we're actually doing a little bit more damage now that we're a level 10?
Yeah.
But the guys that we're fighting now, like these wing dudes, I would say they're at least like a level 7 or 8.
Yeah.
So we really can't do that huge amount of damage. All we can do is chip away at their health and dodge like crazy and get up really close with our shotgun. The shotgun is very scarce in this level, but it comes in handy for swatting some bugs. That, and remember to use your very hard weapons, like the X attacks, as much as possible to stagger the enemy. Oh, shut up, Zoe. Nobody likes you.
Well, what I was going to say before we started talking about all the movies was that even though the movies, people like them a lot, I prefer the cartoon.
Oh, yeah, of course.
I think it's much more... It tells all the different characters. It has more characters in it. It tells their storylines, and, like... I just prefer watching that to the live-action movies.
My only problem with the cartoon is... And this is other people's, too. Since they were doing the Jim Lee X-Men, instead of Morph, people really wanted Colossus, or they wanted some other characters. And they just kind of focused on the popular ones like Wolverine, Cyclops, Storm, and Rogue. And Jubilee was kind of like the new kid.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was from her perspective, like the first 2 seasons. But Morph was a brand new character this show. And Colossus does show up, but he's just like a regular mutant that's trying to get work in the States and stuff. But a lot of people were disappointed that he didn't become a main character, because in the comics at the time, he was a main character. But they did a great job with the source material. And just like the animated series and stuff like that, it is a great example of when comics and cartoons have a perfect marriage. Because they did so many great stories from the 70s and 80s, and even the 90s.
Yeah.
Like, they did the Days of the Future Past thing, which was only a few years before in the comics. So, I mean, they did a great job.
Yeah, I feel like they stayed more true to the comics than the live-action movies did,
Avalon,
definitely.
You are right around the corner from the underground relay access, but we are seeing a large XADA signature coming directly from the marker location.
That's not good.
It remains to be seen. The researchers seem genuine to me. Nevertheless, continue to the relay. Once inside, the hack drone will disable it.
Okay, so this is a lot different than most of the boss battles that you guys have seen so far. You have to fight several waves of enemies, so you need to keep as much of your health as possible. So, you know, use strong attacks on these guys, because even as they're hitting me now, it doesn't look like it, but as soon as they hit my shield, your shield can take like 10 hits before you get knocked over, but it doesn't replenish. So, I mean, you need to find like shield energy things. This is a really annoying level. The first time I played it was ludicrous. Like, I died so many times. And we have to fight that giant eye thing that caused us to freak out. I think it was in the previous episode you were like, oh, that'd make a great thumbnail.
Yeah.
So we have to fight that thing.
Oh my gosh.
While dealing with these mutated gorillas and... Oh, great. So already they're chipping away at our health. This is not going to be good.
Oh yeah, these grape apes.
An ape named Grape, or something like that. Yeah, Grape Ape.
I don't think I ever saw that cartoon. I wish we could have done a cartoon.
It was on USA Cartoon Express when I was a kid. It was that was great about USA, is they had the rights to so many of Hanna-Barbera shows.
Oh yeah.
So you would find all kinds of shows from like the 50s, 60s, 70s being showcased, like before all the really cool shows like G.I. Joe and He-Man and all that other stuff. That's why syndication was a great thing.
Yeah.
But I don't even think USA does a Cartoon Express anymore. The only place that really hardcore does cartoons sometimes is Cartoon Network. Remember that one time where they tried to go live action for a lot of their shows?
Oh yeah, it didn't want work.
That was when they killed Toonami off because they said it wasn't relevant anymore.
Oh, I know, right?
And now Toonami is one of the only shows to actually be resurrected and then successful again.
Oh yeah,
and that's all thanks to
that.
you guys.
Yeah, you were pushing for that so much.
That's actually how I gained most of my followers, was doing the Toonami thing.
Wow.
Most of the people that follow my Twitter at KWing Reviews are not fans. They're fans of Toonami and anime.
Oh, okay.
That's what they like when we do anime games. This guy is nuts.
Gosh, this guy is crazy.
Thanks, Dinah. But this theme is so cool. I love it.
Yeah.
So it's like... Do you remember that one Wii game that you got me? Counterforce?
Oh my god.
That's what this feels like.
Counterforce had the
This
best.
is like a good version of Counterforce, but it had the best music.
Counterforce had probably one of the best musics I've ever heard in a game. Yeah, it was great.
But it was a different series in Japan. It was EX something, I don't remember.
Yeah, this is pretty awesome music.
See how bad we're getting beat down though?
Yeah.
So I mean, my only advice for this guy is avoid him as much as possible. And I have a feeling we're gonna have to like revive several times. Yep, there's our first one.
Yeah. It looks like he really needs to go to the groomer.
Well, I mean, that claw of his is what really does the damage to you.
Yeah, it reminds me of a little kitten that I know.
Kind of little kitten with a skull head.
Yeah. Well, sometimes I think she might have one.
The cool thing about this guy, though, is he will actually, if you beat him without getting damage, which, good luck with that, people, you can actually gain, like, a full level. So,
Yeah.
I mean, since most of our... See that little bar under Jake that's blue? That's our experience meter.
Yeah.
So, I mean, after we beat him, we should reach level 11 and a little bit over because of, like, how well we're doing. But, I mean, really shooting him is just for show. Like, because it looks cool, but your sword is what does the most damage to this guy. Like, totally. I mean, it does a little bit of chippage, but not that much.
Come on, Jake. You can do.
All right, notice how our shield is completely gone now. It's all red. So if we take a hit from him, that's half our life.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
That's how this works.
That is insane.
So if you guys are wondering where your shield icon was, it was right next to your name. And it does replenish over time.
Oh, good. Oh, I see. Yep. It's replenishing. I see it. Oh no, Jake!
Ah!
No.
Go down, you beastie! Ah! Yeah, I did not enjoy that.
You can do it.
Let's go, Ugly! Okay. Maybe Ugly was a bit too far.
He doesn't like being called ugly.
He's like, bringing name-calling into this, huh? Bully.
I know.
I'm the bully, look at you! I don't think you're gonna be doing macrame with that thing. Jeez. See what I mean? Like, most of your health, like, when you get hit by that claw, I really would like to know how much damage it does. But we're gonna have to revive. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, this
So close!
This is insane.
Oh my gosh, can we beat him with just one revive?
There's no way.
Yes way. Yes way, yes way, yes way. Yes!
Whoa!
A rank, baby! Woohoo!
Yay!
Avalon. Your drop pod is en route to extraction. Initiating hack.
See, level 11. Told you.
So excited.
We earned enough experience for that.
Commander, this XADA, it seemed different. Driven almost. Like a puppet on lightning strings. This is no coincidence. This XADA was sent here to stop me.
We'll get to the bottom of it, Avalon. In the meantime, I need precise beacon locations for orbital bombardment. Proceed to Silent Chamber Site 1 and deploy the hack drone.
Copy that, Commander. Just can't wait to see what's locked up in there.
Yeah. I can't wait to either.
That drop pod is like so Doctor Who.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Or like 50s. Oh, that's right! I forgot. You're being watched.
What?
Yeah, this is where that character gets introduced. I'm not spoiling who it is, but you are being watched by
Santa?
No, that wasn't Santa. That was another
Okay. Another mech person?
Yep. You're being watched by another Gundam pilot.
Oh, that's weird.
I know, it adds another element to the story.
Yeah, I'm curious how big your mech suit really is.
6'6".
Oh, wow.
Close to 7 feet.
Nice.
And around, I would say it's probably like, I don't know, I would say like probably the size of like a arm cushion. If you were to somehow be able to get your hand inside of a, an arm thing, an armrest on a couch, probably be about the width of the suit. Some of the suits.
Yeah.
I mean, that's my estimate, because, I mean, when he stands up next to regular humans, that most humans are anywhere between, like, a guy would be 5'10" to 6'2".
Yeah.
Is what the average is. Say, maybe that's the average in 2020 something, so.
Yeah.
But anyway, guys and gals, that does it for this episode. Thanks so much. Join us next time as we reach Chapter 3. God bless, happy gaming, hit that bell to be notified when awesome happens to you. See ya!
And never lose hope!